Good afternoon. Time to bring another week to a close. It is October the 17th, time for our afternoon wrap-up, and God, what a great week we've had. It's just been, it's been exciting. We've had all sides. Really been a heck of a lot of fun. So this morning we started out, we could sell failure to get through that 78 to 83 area. Then the next area was basically in that 88 to 93 area. We touched 90. We got up there, so we had really two areas of resistance that ended up holding. We had hoped to buy 65, 67s, this area right down here, but 70 held. So that was our lows, and it held twice. So our sell area was 78s to really 83, selling failure to take that out, and then our second sell zone was this 92 area up here, and we did get there. So really just a nice mean green trade here. It's our stock and trade. It doesn't work all the time. But if you've gone from the value area low to the value area high, you should place a limit sell against the mean green line and the bond, the E-mini. Can do it in the euro, gold, and crude. You'd like to see it fail before you step out. Looking at the way the market moved today, move, pause, move. Move, pause, move. 1, 2, 3/4. I like this move, pause, move pattern, though. It's really a pretty good one. And then you put these two move, pause, moves together, the second move, pause, move, and you got your great big move, pause, move. So this market really acted pretty close to expectations. We went in, we looked at the calls. 1900 was the biggest call, and it still is. Yesterday the play was 1880s. The biggest put play has been 1850. That did not change. They did not raise that. So this morning we started out saying we were going to close this at 75. Then when we looked at the close, looked at this, said definitely below 1880 and maybe at 75. And so we'll see what we get. But that call was in your hands very early this morning, and this ability to put the market into context, to know what to look for, to know what will be impacting, most likely to impact the market today, really can work in your favor. Again, when you go back and look at this, you can see peak selling came right here. Peak buying came right here on this bar. 50-lot player bought. Market rallied. Came back down, came up, didn't take out that high. In our second big sell zone, and it was a big sell zone because of the volatility that we've had. And then the market proceeded to sell and retrace this whole deal. What's the dynamic driving today's trading? Option expiration. Okay, it's we've got a lot of volatility when the Fed or the European Central Bank or the Bank of China or the Bank of Japan speak. The market moves instantly. We'd identified this area right here, the 65 area on the F1 screen. It's different, a little bit different on the F2. And then this area right in here. So you've got basically 93, 65, 93. We had a high volume number at 75. That was our attractor. And if we take this area out, you can really see that this 1905, this area right here, 1901, 1905 would be the next structural stop. So higher low, higher high, we can buy weakness. We can sell failure to extend today's range. But the F1 screen says find a place to buy it. Looking at the F2 screen, and you really have to appreciate, we look at the market the same way every day. We look at every market through the same template. F1, F2, execute on F3/4, monitor the trade on F5. And if you come to this room without expertise in volume and structure, but you have earned the right to trade moving averages, oscillators, whatever technical analysis study, what we do is going to complement your previous effort. It won't change it. Just make it better. Okay, you're really kind of looking at a D pattern here, perhaps leaning B. I mean, that because of this volume right here is a little bit greater than this volume up here, but basically a D. And so looking at this one, if we were closer, 88 90 area. And if we take that out, I mean, I don't see any reason not to go up to 1900. So 1900, 1901 for sell 2. On the buy side, our 70 to 72. And then our breakout was from 65 to 67. So 65 to 70 is probably pretty good support, and it looks like 88 to 93 is pretty good resistance, and that's where we'll find ourselves. Come Monday morning, no news to drive the trading, so Ebola news, news out of Europe, news out of China, news out of Japan, news out of Iraq will drive the trading. We won't have any. The even the very, very liberal news outlets are panning the new direction the new Ebolas are, and go figure. But you know, what's amazing to me is that unless you've been in the military, you can't really appreciate the military's capabilities. And nothing happens quickly in the military, but you come in as a civilian, you've never been in the military, you've never gone through those days and sometimes months of boredom with nothing to do. And then you think at the snap of a finger you can go ahead and fully employ your military. Well, you know, depending on the branch of the service, 5 to 15% of the actual people that staff the tip of the spear, they're backed by a huge logistical tail, and it takes a long time to put that into place. But unless you've been through it, unless you've seen it, you can't really appreciate it. I mean, you can look at a calendar in the back of your mind. If you have no experience in the military, the guy says 30 days. Well, you expect 30 days. Whereas if you've been in the military, you know, maybe it's 60 days to get it done. So get everything in place. And why are there no A-10s in Iraq? Because they're all scattered around the United States, and that program, they've been scheduled for mothballing. And that's the one airplane you need in Iraq right now to bust things up. Okay, lower high, lower low, sellers. I thought we might close in that 22 to 24 area. The official close was 27.20. A little bit lower. This market is set up to sell come Monday. Looking at the F2 screen, definitely looking at a B. So I think the first trade is to find a place to get short on Monday. This 24 to 28 area looks like pretty good resistance. So 23 is 27, sell failure to take out 24, 28. And 31 to 03. Buy side's a little bit different. Getting stops below the low at 14 makes some sense. So I think we're pointed lower right here. So we'll start out with a 9 to 13, but we might have, depending on what the E-mini does, we may have to move that up to 17 or better for Globex. And like I said, no news. And then 1 to 5. The direction is structure favors lower prices or a test of support. And I think they can go a little bit lower. Looking at the 30-year, similar situation, although its profile is a little stronger than the 10 years. Short covering in the knob. Friday, you know. Last rotate up stopped at 30, so selling failure to take out 28 to the buck and 3 to 7. On the buy side, 13 to 9 and 1 to 5. Now, if we wake up on Monday morning and the European Central Bank done to purchase securities and have made that announcement, stock market should be higher. It'll take the financials lower. So that's probably the biggest piece of news we'll face as our trading begins Monday morning. Gold, interesting market. It has the feel of a dull market. It's not really selling to the magnitude that you would expect. And one of the old trading adages is never sell a dull market. So we've got pretty good buying in this 30 to 35 area, and we definitely have selling 40 to 45. We have a double distribution, so we might get a little higher over the weekend. I think, again, the longer-term direction of this market is still a little bit lower. Retail buyer and central bank buying is supportive. The large institutions have pretty much abandoned outrights in gold. At some point, you got to get paid dividends. You got to get a return on it, and they really don't see gold as an attractive investment as some of the others out there. The wrong headline out of the Ukraine, out of Iraq, out of Syria, out of Turkey, out of the United States on Ebola cases. The third Ebola case from diagnosed in the United States is liable to bring a negative reaction to the stock market, which could impact gold, take it up to, and as well as the financials. Right now, the trial balloons are being floated. 20 to 25 cases of Ebola will be confirmed and have to be treated in the United States. The first nurse that was taken in for treatment in Dallas, her condition has been rated at fair to good, which is really great news. You really have to hope that these really innocents in a great deal, and the very aren't taken by this disease that was foisted on us by a guy that lied his way out of his country and lied his way into this country, and then we're paying the price for it. Nancy says fair is not good. That's better than serious, though, right, Nancy? Or are these deteriorating conditions? She was in good. Now it's fair to good, and it's going to be fair to serious is what we should expect. Okay, crude, got to give it a little room. We're at 82 and a quarter, so stops below 82, 81.75, 82. I like the short side of crude because of oversupply. No matter what Saudi Arabia does and no matter what secret conversations are taking place with natural gas producers and frackers calling up the Obama administration and telling them to back off a little bit. I mean, that would be the most improbable phone call I could imagine. Prince Alwid talking to the royal family of Saudi Arabia, that one has got some credibility. So I like the market and would like to really get that done in that 83 plus or minus area if possible. On the buy side, I think we're headed for a retest of 80 before it's all said and done. So with the right setups, I could be a buyer beneath 82, but I would really prefer the short side of the market. And last but not least, Charles's favorite contract, the euro. It is a good contract when we have a full complement, and it's moving. And on the announcement of QE1 officially for the euro, I would imagine this will be sold. 50 to 100 tick rallies are great places to think about reversing. I love the short side of this market. Longer term, I think we're headed for a retest of 125 before it's all said and done. But you can see right in through here, fairly clean break in this 2750 area to 27. So 27, 2750 support, 2850 plus or minus is resistance right now. And we're at the low end of the range. So last rotate up stopped at 77. We got this spill from 85, so 75, 85, sell 1. 28 even plus or minus, sell 2. 40 to 50 is where support is. That's buy 1. I don't really like the idea of being long this contract, but and then 27 even, 27.10 for buy 2. Much more comfortable short. Oh. I can remember my 4 or 5 months in Chicago, the gauntlet of beggars that I had to run. Every morning and every afternoon going to and from work. Finally, you get pretty callous to it, especially after reading stories in the paper that some of these guys make 50, 60,000 bucks a year. A lot of them have great makeup artists working with them to help improve their street image, but you just get to the point, God, leave me alone. Go away. Hey, you all have a great weekend. It's supposed to be 70s plus or minus here. Probably will ride a little warmer than forecast as it has been. No rain in the forecast. We did get some rain. Need a lot more, but we'll take what we can get. Y'all have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you bright and early Monday morning. I'm out of here.